I am going to review the exponent property homework in this video. Remember, the order of operations of exponents tells you to clear parentheses first, then move negatives, and then simplify. Okay, so number 17, your answer should have been 1 over m to the fourth, because again, you're subtracting exponents. The answer goes on the bottom where the larger exponent is. Number 18, the answer should have been 1. Anything to the 0 power is always 1. Number 19, remember the first thing you should have done is clear parentheses. So you have s to the 8th over t to the 2nd. When you multiply, the exponents both become positive and the bases are different. So that is all you need to do. Okay, number 20, your first step, let me make this a little bit bigger, is to put a 1 above any of the terms you don't see an exponent to remind yourself that you are multiplying this 5 through to all the other terms. So your first step would be 2 to the 5th, a to the 15th, b to the negative 10th, over c to the 15th. Okay, once you multiply that by everything, you will move the negative exponents to the opposite side, which is step 2. So 2 to the 5th, a to the 15th, rewrite your c to the 15th on the bottom. Your b to the negative 10th moves down and becomes positive. You're done because all of your exponents are positive and all the bases are different. Okay, 21. So first step, put your 1 above the y and the x. We're going to multiply the negative 2 to everything. So to get your parentheses cleared, you guys should have had for your first step, x to the 6th, y to the negative 2nd, over x to the negative 2nd, z to the positive 8th. Once you multiply that by everything, we are going to move the negatives to the opposite side. So that y moved down, that x moved up. So your second step should have had x to the 6th, x to the 2nd, and then y to the 2nd goes to the bottom, z to the 8th stays there. Okay, at this point, look and see what you can simplify. The bases that are the same are the x's on top. So your x on top becomes x to the 8th. Multiply same base, you're adding exponents. The y and the z, you're just rewriting because there are not any bases that are repeating with the y or the z. Okay, so that's your answer for 21. 22, your first step, since there aren't parentheses, is to move the negatives. So your h to the 8th should have went up top. Your h to the 13th should have went to the bottom. So when you subtract those, you get h to the 5th. It's on the bottom because that's where your larger exponent is. So make sure your answer for 22 is 1 over h to the 5th. 23, you are subtracting. Keep the answer where the bigger exponent is. So you should have 1 over 4 to the 2nd. Okay, 24. You could have 2 different answers for this one. Once you put your exponent of 1 above each of them, remember you're distributing the exponent of 3. So 1 to the 3rd over 3 to the 3rd. Okay, if you left it like that, that's fine. But really that 1 to the 3rd reduces to 1 because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And we're just going to rewrite the 3 to the 3rd. Okay, so either answer is fine for 24. 25's answer should have been x to the 3rd over y to the 6th. That one was a little bit easier. Number 26, your first step, you should have multiplied that 4 through. So m to the negative 12th, n to the 16th, over n to the negative 8th. We then move the negatives to the opposite side. Okay, so you would have had n to the 16th, n to the 8th. Leave your m to the 12th on the bottom. Okay, combine. So this becomes n to the 24th, and rewrite your m to the 12th. Okay, so that's your final answer for 26. 27, you move that 4 to the negative 1 to the denominator. So you have 4 to the 2nd times 4 to the 1st. You end up with 1 over 4 to the 3rd, because when you multiply same base, you're adding those exponents in the denominator. So make sure your base stayed as 4 for number 27. Okay, number 28. Okay, your first step is multiply this 5 through. Okay, so you have a to the 40th, b to the 30th, over a to the 11. So your next step is look at your bases that are the same. We have an a that's repeating, so we're going to subtract. You get a to the 29th. Leave your b to the 30th there. Since they're both on top, you don't need that 1 on the bottom. So I am going to rewrite that. A to the 29th, b to the 30th. Okay. 29, your answer is 1 over n to the 6th. Again, make sure you have your answer on the bottom. Number 30, we are distributing this negative 1 through. So r to the negative 3rd, s to the 1st, over r to the negative 2nd, s to the negative 6th. Okay. You were then moving your negatives to the opposite side. So you should have had s to the 1st, r to the 2nd, s to the 6th, r to the negative 3rd, move to the bottom. Okay, when you get to this point, look and see if any of the bases are repeating. Okay, the r's are, and the s's are. So we're going to simplify that. So that r goes r to the 1st on the bottom. The s is s to the 7th on top. Be careful with your negatives in this one, especially in that first step when you're multiplying. If you forget one of your signs, it's going to throw off your whole answer. So just be careful there. Okay, 31. Moving your negative down. Your first step is 1 over n to the 4th, n to the 8th. And then after you added those, you got 1 over n to the 12th. And then the last one you had is 32. You can simplify your m and your n's. So the m is m to the 2nd. The n is also n to the 2nd. They're both on the bottom, so you need a placeholder of 1 on top. Okay? So hopefully that helps. If you have additional questions on that assignment, send me an email, and I will go over some more with you guys. Hope all is well. Have a good day.